Hello, hello, good evening, good evening. Do I need to tap on the screen? Tap, tap, tap. Hello, come on in. What I'm asking is if you can see me, please share the live. Please share the live. Let's get the share icon by your name. Share the live no matter where you're viewing this at. I just need you to go ahead and share the live. Big shout out to all of our INBLK supporters. Please get share by your name right now by sharing the live. And actually, if you could tag 3 of your friends, this would be great. I am so excited about this show. I am going to be the host tonight. Everybody knows who I am. My name is Vonda Smack. My other half, my baby, is not feeling well today. And she sends her greatness and her positive vibes in black to all of it, to everyone. I want to welcome everyone to the INBLK show. Also, want to make an announcement if you would like to be considered. Remember what I said, considered as one of our panelists on our show. Hit us in the many inboxes and come our way so that we can set you up for an interview. Our shows have been going on for a while, and we just want to make sure that you're a great fit to our show. If you would like to be a guest panelist, maybe it's something you don't want to do all the time, but you want to try it out, see if it's for you. Hit us up. We are looking for guest panelists, and we're also looking for panelists to add to our show. We do get real in this. We talk from our experiences. So I just want to let you know that. And right now I'm about to bring on the rest of the panel. But before I do that, do me one more favor. Hit share. Get share by your name. You know that little icon, it's got 2 heads. It lets us know that you shared it. So if you truly support us, it don't cost you no money. We're not asking for $1, $2, 5, 10. All we asking you is to take something that takes less than 2 seconds to do and just hit the share button on your page. You ain't got to put words to it unless you want to say tune in, great discussion, because tonight we're talking about should the LGB and the QTI go their separate ways. Welcome my panel. We got Stan, we have Tim, we have Andre, and we also have the lovely Miss Kalani. I miss all of y'all. Sorry I wasn't here last week. I was in Minneapolis getting regrounded as an activist in the work that I do in my community. So, welcome everyone. How are y'all tonight?
Good, good.
Great.
Good, good, good,
I'm
good.
glad to hear that. So, um what we get ready to do. Oh, big shout out to my mom, already shared the live. I love you, mama. Ooh, already shared the live. Let me know it too. That's that support, you feel me? So we're going to get
Absolutely.
into it. Our first question tonight is a very very strong one, especially what I just recently went through. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get on here and give my input. But here's the question, everyone. Do you think the LGB and the QTI people should go their separate ways? Why or why not? And I'm gonna go to Dre first.
I saw that coming. I saw that coming. That's payback for telling you not to go to Paisley Park without me. I understand. It's cool. It's cool.
It's all
Um,
good.
good evening, everybody. I personally don't feel like they should. I mean, to me, we're all fighting the same battles. We're all fighting the same. We're all trying to get the same respect. And I do feel that if they go their separate ways and we split this with that, to me, then now we're going to cause a uproar that America wouldn't know how to handle, and that would defeat the purpose of the LGBTQIA society as a whole. Just being a strong front that we are. Um, you know, I just feel like that wouldn't do us any good. Um, not especially not under this administration. No, they're already trying to eliminate the people from society. We've been called aliens, we've been called foreigners, we've been called everything underneath the sun. So to give them permission to eliminate us as a culture means that we're going to split something where they're going to say down the next thing it's going to do is make it easier for them to revoke our rights and everything that has been fought for by our pioneers.
All right. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Great answer. Great answer. Next, I'm going to go to Tim.
Me personally, I honestly think that we are already separated. I've made this comment before on previous shows. A lot of the unity in our community separated when we went from one united flag to everyone having a flag of their own to stand behind. Um, because everybody is standing behind their own flag with their own people. Whereas to before we separated into all these different flags and categories and subcategories, we just stood united as a front, as a people. You're asking should they be separated? And from my observation and my feel in the community, it's the separation is already there. Like everybody is behind their flag. That's my answer.
Okay. Stan.
Okay. First of all, let's do a shout out to Minneapolis. I lived there for 10 years. Used to go to Paisley Park every Friday, every Friday night. So, power to Minneapolis. Like Tim said, we already separated. We are. So I think that we're already separated. So to me, uh, everybody stands behind their own flag, and then we all come together um, as a whole when it's necessary. But um, yeah, the thing is, the separation is there already, and the problem I have with things is that um, it's just like black, white, and all this. When you got one group trying to sit back and unify another group, and the reciprocation is not the same, you know, sometimes separation is good, you know, and then we can come together at certain times. But you know, and everybody, like Tim really summed it up. But we all behind our own flags, so let's instead of sitting back trying to unite so much, let's just get behind our flag and get our shit together first. Because we're already separated, and the reciprocation is not always the same, and that's where we have problems. So let's do our thing, they do their thing, and then we can all come together at some point and do our things together. But sometimes trying to unify everybody at the same time, you know, and nobody's gonna find it being fair. Somebody's gonna say that one side is doing more than the other side. I mean, just look what's going on in the country right now. So, but I'm not for separation, but instead of us trying to just let's just stay in our lane right now, and then we come together.
All right. Next, Kalani.
I think, well, I had to look up what that Q meant because I wasn't really clear on it. But like everybody has already stated, we've already been separated. So I think now we should probably unify. But that Q kind of bothers me. And here's why. Because you have not decided, you know what I'm saying, what you're going to do yet, and you're still exploring. I don't think it should be included because you don't know where you are right now. So yeah, I think that one should be separate. My opinion. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to give, my aspect on it, as a Black liberated lesbian, I don't believe separation is the answer. I don't look at as everybody under a different flag as separation. I just think the flag is something that represents your identity. That's just my thing, because if trans people go down and need some allies, I'm definitely going to be there to support them, because I believe in people power. I'm just being real. But, I feel as though division has always been a tool that is used by oppressive systems to weaken us. This is what they want. They want to weaken us. They want the separation so that they can weaken us, and then they're going to come for us next. That's just how I feel. Our power really lies in solidarity. That's how I feel. I mean, our identities are already intersectional: Black, queer, woman, lesbian. So splitting the LGB and the QTI, I feel, is just ignores the reality that we live overlapping struggles. As Andre said, we all have the same struggles. I felt a lot of that today while I was at the hospital. I mean, and then you can't tell me that a G and a B and a Q, a T and an I ain't having them same struggles, depending what time and what day they walk into the hospital to receive help. I'm just keeping it all the way real. So for me, separation isn't something that I would like to see, to be honest. I think if anything, we need to be unified. Nobody's saying we got to be right up under each other 24/7. But when something goes down, we got to stand firm, 10 toes on the ground, and be there to support one another. Like right now, trans people rights is trying to be erased, as Andre said. I don't know if people have really been following what's going on federally, but they're trying to strip some things away from a certain uh um gender identity. Am I saying that right? Yeah, just certain gender identity, which is the trans community. So education is key, but separation, I don't think we need that, and we all need to stand together as one. So here's the next question: how do you see your relationship or connection with LGB or QTI individuals? And I'm going to start this off with Tim.
So, yeah, my environments have always included all of the above. So I've never had any reservations about any particular group. Um, I know the discriminations that I've felt, and there's a common misrepresentation that the masculine ones don't have as much to worry about. When we actually do, we have different things to worry about, and some of the things that we have to worry about is just as dangerous as the things that people from the other letter groups have to face. So that's my answer.
So your answer to the question, how do you see your relationship or connection with the LGB or QTI individuals, is you feel as though y'all the same?
No, we're all different, but piggybacking off of what Andre said earlier, we all have the same struggles. It just presents itself differently in our lives because of whichever letter of the LGBTQIA you represent. We all have discrimination. We all have prejudice. We all have to worry about our jobs. You
Yeah.
know, it's just all in different ways. like I said in the beginning, I've always been in environments where I was mingling with all of these different groups. So I don't have problems with any of these groups. I don't have problems connecting with any of these groups because dealing with all these different types of people from all the different representations of the LGBTQIA, I've had the chance to listen to their struggles and they've had a chance to listen to mine. And at the end of the day, me and my trans sister, just because we're differently representing, we've still had some of the same struggles. And the struggles that we have are different, even though they come from different places, the hatred still lands the same. The effect of the hatred still lands the same. So I've actually had the pleasure of being able to sit and talk to people from all of the and be friends with people from all of these represented groups in the LGBTQIA to say no, I don't have any problems bonding with any of anybody in the spectrum.
Okay, thank you. Kalani, how do you see your relationship or connection with the LGB or QTI individuals?
Before I answer that, can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Tim, what struggles are similar?
What struggles are similar?
Hmm.
The fact that someone will hate you because of your sexual preferences and orientation, and somebody will turn around and hate me for my sexual preferences and orientation. But the hate that we receive comes from different people in different directions, but we still get hatred because of our choices of who we are and who we love.
So you think it's at the same degree?
No, it's different degrees with different situations. And it's different degrees with different people because people have different levels of ignorance.
Okay. All right. My answer to that. Thanks, Tim, for answering that for me. My answer to that is when it talks about the relationship and connection with the other ones, I don't think that, and I don't want to say it as if like we just get it worse and all of that, but it's a little different when it comes to the T versus everybody else, because most times everybody else can kind of hide in society. They can kind of fly under the radar if need be. But that T, it's only a few, a very small percentage that can just blend into society. And I think that it comes at a different degree for us. So my connection with that is that I don't feel like there is a sustainable connection, although we have different struggles, some of the same experiences, and we've come, so far and all that. I just don't see the I don't see the correlation, but that's my answer.
Thank you, Kalani. Andre, you're in the hot seat.
I mean, my relationship is I get along with everybody. Um, I don't, I have a motto in life: either I get along with you or I don't deal with you. So, you know, I know how to love people up close, and I know how to love people from a distance. Um, and so I have never had a direct issue. But like anything in society, you have those who will not like you. You'll have those who will hate against you, and then you got the messy folk who wake up every day just to see what mess they can create. So that part. So I've gotten to a point now of just either you deal with me or you don't. And if I'm not your cup of tea, I'm okay with that. Because I mean, who am I here to please? My my man is happy. So it is what it is.
Thank you, Dre. Stan, how do you see your relationship or connection with the LGB or QTI individuals?
Well, I I relate and network with everybody. But then, what Kalani was saying, the trans community is it's a different type of relationship. And there's a lot of discrimination. And a lot of people can't understand it because I'm involved with the trans community and I've been involved for a long time. So there's a lot of certain discriminations against the trans community that people don't see and recognize. And then even the acceptance of the trans community within. And that's real. Just with me, I've got friends that, guys that, gay friends that have an issue with my choice of lifestyle. And my whole point is, why does it bother you? But they have an issue with it. And there's prejudice there. So what Kalani is saying, and she didn't really elaborate on it, and I see she kind of just avoided some of it, but there's a whole lot of discrimination that they already separate the trans community from. And like I say, I got guys, like gay friends, that have issues with my lifestyle. And I don't understand, why would it bother you? But then again, that's part of society too. Just look at the Black community. We could sit back and hate everything with Donald Trump, but as soon as you talk about transgender and now the Black community will side with Donald Trump because of the trans community. This macho shit and, a man, all that kind of nonsense. So they know how to sit back and divide us. But then the church gets involved because, well, that's homosexuality. It's so much divisiveness in this whole thing. And then we pick and choose what we want to believe in. But to sum it up, Kalani really said it, and she could have really probably elaborated a whole lot more than she did, and she didn't. But they already separated the trans community as a whole anyway. And the even in the gay community, you got gay guys that have issues with trans girls. They really do. And so, and I can say that because being involved with the trans community, I know it. So I network with everybody and I treat everybody, with respect, and I do everything what I do, but there's some, hidden issues in there. So I don't believe in separating anything. We all can get along. We can do things. I work with every kind of group, from lesbians, trans men, all that. But, we always going to look at each other face to face, and we can put on our good face and love each other. But then there's always hidden agendas behind all that. And we can smile. I can look in your face and smile in your face, but I don't agree with you. So, but I'm not separating anything. I get along with everybody with that. But, there is some prejudices against the trans community in a lot of ways.
Thank you, Stan. I appreciate that. I'm gonna answer that question, and I got the chance to look at these questions earlier, and I feel like I have a connection with everybody, but at the end of the day, this is in Black, and that extra layer right there added on to your, me being a lesbian is it's just a piece. You know what I mean? It's another battle. So discrimination, I feel like I'm discriminated at least once or twice a week just because of being Black. I feel like that is starting to arise within the past year and a half, since we got this new situation going on over the country. And I also feel, me being a lesbian is also a discrimination. I feel like let me get away from my notes here. I don't want to get long-winded. it all, being Black already means we live within a margin. Now we add our letters onto it, even more layers. You know what I'm saying? So, especially, we all carry scars of rejection. I got plenty of rejection, and rejection is rejection. There's no way like you can, no, weigh it. It's still rejection. It depends on who it's happening to. Some people can just, take rejection and walk away, but not all of us can. Um, and I just want to share that. You know what I'm saying? But I do get along with everybody. If I see that something is trending and I need to, make a statement about it or rally people behind whatever's going on, you will see change coming soon. And I think a lot of it has to do with education. People need to be educated. Um, especially on the trans community. Some think that we don't know. That's only because we don't really speak up. Because sometimes I've spoke up to protect the trans community, and they came at me crazy, and I had to, I'm trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? And my help wasn't warranted. And so, but that's not going to stop me, because that's just one person trying to represent people in her community or in her close corner. But that's not going to stop me. I'm going to always be there for every letter in my community, because we well, like I said, it's a community. I can't say that that one trans person made it look bad for all trans people that I know. So I'm still going to be 10 toes down.
I wanted to answer. Could they hear me
Can
actually?
y'all hear her? You got to
Oh,
speak
Yeah,
actually.
louder.
clear.
Oh, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Now
Um,
we can hear you clearly.
okay. I just had to jump on for this question. I see us in blackness as a broken family, but a family. And I understood very well what Kalani was saying and what Stan was saying, because when I entered the community, when I first came out, I noticed immediately how the LGB treated trans people right off the back. And I, number one, want to apologize to the trans community for that, because I never really understood it. I never got it. Um, and I think it's ugly because to a homophobe, we all look the same. So I don't understand how anyone could feel any kind of way about, anyone within the community, or feel like you are better. Um, I think we all need to come together. Just like Smack said, we need to educate ourselves about our what we have in common and our differences. But yeah, I view us every time I see it. I want everybody that's listening, not just the panel. Every time I see somebody within the community, that's all I see. I see family. Now, if you don't see me like that, that's fine. But eventually, because of the heart that I have, I know you will, because that's all you're going to get from me.
Mhm.
And I think if we all went out into the world that way, maybe we can change some things. And if we know a ignorant person, like I used to do, I will pull you up on it. You are not going to treat my sister, my brother, whomever like that, because at the end of the day, we are family, and we
That
ain't
pull up
got
game
time
is
for that.
something.
And that is my answer.
Thank you, Queen. Her pull up game is something, and I hate to be you if she pulls you up.
But
That's all I'm gonna
Piers,
say.
Piers,
I,
do you
I
know? Do you know? I actually asked that question in church in front of the congregation, and do you know what the answer I received was in front of the congregation? I was told that being gay was an abomination, but
depends on
being
what church
trans,
you go to.
I know, I understand. I'm just telling you the response in front of the congregation. gay is an abomination, and being trans is the ultimate abomination because you are not supposed to change your body. So we are an abomination, and trans is the ultimate abomination. And this was what was said to me in church, not in closed quarters, in front of the entire congregation. And I
Yeah.
thanked him for his time, and I got the hell out of his church.
No
Okay,
problem.
But
You
but
need to put that church
but
on
your
can I
blast.
hold
look,
on? Can I say
your
two
pull up
things?
game is different than mine.
Can I
Cause I
say
was
two things?
yeah, cause that church would have been an
Peirrce,
abomination.
can y'all hear Peirrce talking?
Yeah.
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
listening. I can hear.
Yeah, I would have lit that church up. Listen, oh yeah, well guess what? This whole damn church is abomination, and I won't be back here, and neither will my brothers and sisters. How about that?
But the brothers and sisters were half of the congregation.
Well, then
That's
if they
why.
don't
That's
walk out, I would have made it. Listen, if you stupid enough to stand your ass, stand up there after what was just said, about me and my brothers and sisters, then you stand your ass there. But you will not be welcome around me because I'm out of here. And whoever's
not
giving you
in
all this
closed quarters in front of the entire. That's the part that got me in front of the
yeah,
entire congregation.
Can I ask one
well,
question?
in front of the
Can I
entire, I
say
will
Yeah, I
something?
got
say,
you. I got you,
go
Dre.
ahead, Dre.
Dre is next.
Did
We're
you
gonna
ask the
do
Did
this
you
in
ask the
orderly
question in
fashion.
front of the congregation?
Yes, this was during
Okay.
church.
So two things. One, that's why you got your answer in front of the congregation. But number two, it also what that did was that enlightened you to the the pastor who never studied to show they're self-approved. Because if we study to show ourselves approved, first of all, the Bible never said gay is an abomination. It says the act of homosexuality is an abomination. That is the King James version written by a white man who was trying to hide the fact that he himself were involved in not just homosexuality but also ancestral affairs. So he
And
would
he
be what we
also was
call today.
satanic.
He would have been a map. So if we dedicate this to studying to show ourselves approved, then the first thing that we should have done is corrected the pastor. What I would have did was ask the pastor behind closed doors or in a church meeting, because that's order. But then, secondly, I can't be upset because this is how he responds in front of the entire congregation. What you showed me is you grew up under somebody who has a problem with gay people. And so you took what you got from his messages, you applied them to your messages. And because God called you, you failed God because you never studied for yourself. But I'm just saying, as an apostle,
Bang.
this is where the
Boom.
black church fails the black community. It's not even just about the LGBTQ community. The black church fails the black community because we speak from our ignorance and not from our knowledge. The Bible says that God is a God of wisdom. He's not a God of ignorance.
Right.
So
Hmm.
what I would have did
So,
was I would have broke him down based upon his ignorance and the fact that A, you don't know what you're talking about. B, you don't even know your word. And C, you need to come better if you're going to be a leader.
see, with me, it's different because the second that the entire congregation applauded, I realized I was in a room full of ignorance. And there are certain people that you take the time to talk to, and there's certain people that you say absolutely nothing to because your words will fall on deaf ears.
But then
I got
They
how do we change that? We got to educate people.
trust. One thing
We
I've
can't
learned
walk
is
away from it.
people will have
Can I
selective
say
hearing, but
something?
it wouldn't fall on deaf ears. Go ahead, Stan. My
No,
fault.
it wouldn't. The congregation or whoever needed to hear it would have heard it. But I think no matter how you address it, wherever it is, you address it. Even if no matter what you do.
But
Go ahead, Stan.
that's just a small piece of it. That's the very small piece
What's that? What's the
of
small
what
piece you
like Tim
talking
is
about?
talking. Is standing in front of a congregation when you got the whole world demonizing the transgender women, where there's a guy that just got murdered and they're trying to tie that to transgender.
Oh Lord.
Transgender is being
yes.
targeted.
Yes.
as a criminal. So yeah, that's a small piece. But on world news, transgender is the enemy,
Yes.
and they're making transgender the enemy. So as a lesbian and everything else, you guys are not
We
being
have been
targeted.
targeted
Hold
though.
on. Wait.
But you have been, but not on this
Yeah,
kind of scale. No way
the,
I
we've been
I
that,
have
targeted
that,
on this
something to
scale.
say to
I,
that.
The scale, like what the transgender community is going through, you
I
haven't been
have
targeted
something
like
Stan,
that
to
Stan
say
is
to
right.
that.
because they
Stan
blaming
is right.
everything that happens in
Stan
this
is right.
country of
I have
transgender.
I
The
didn't know we
bathroom.
was in a thing and
no,
you
Vonda. I
know
got something to say
weights and
for that.
scales.
It's not about weights and scales. And I do agree with Stan said because me and Tim and Donna had this discussion and I brought it up that I did not like how they tried to blame the trans community for some
Yeah,
crazy ass civil rights white person killing another one. I didn't
yes, we
like it.
talked about
I
this
brought
last
it
week.
up. But here's the thing, and this is where family comes back into play. If you see your brother or sister getting attacked, they don't have to call you out. It should already be an understanding that you're next. You are
But
next.
Hold
Pierce,
on, let her
understand
finish,
Hold
this.
on.
please.
So, for the fools in the back that think that you are getting away because trans people are the target, you are just that. You are just that, and they are coming for you, and they're using your brother and sister as the leverage. They're coming for you. The reason why they're targeting the trans community, and this is just my opinion, if I can make them look unstable, that's
That's
a
the foot in the
sure
door.
way. That is the foot, right? And
That's the foot in the door.
unstability in anybody on any letter will get your ass put in that DSM, and we all going downtown. We all getting electrodes on our heads. We all gonna have these issues. So be a fool if you want and say, "Oh, trans this, trans that." That's not me. That's you, sis. That's you, bro.
That's the
That's you,
beginning.
lesbian. That's you, gay person.
All right.
That's you, trans attracted. That's well, the intersex. That's you too. Because mind you, intersex, they don't even exist. Like not even non-existent.
They're gonna come with the paddy wagon.
You coming with the paddy wagon. So yes, I do understand that trans is being targeted.
Yeah.
But listen, what did that your parents ever tell you? They always target the strongest ones and get to the weaker ones.
Yep.
The trans community has always led most of our movements. Head strong, head first, right?
Yep.
If you could get them down, it might be easier to get
Get everybody
everybody else.
else.
That's how I see that. And
That's
that's all I have to say.
that's it.
Stan and then Kalani.
All I'm saying is, everything you saying is true, and in a good world, it's right. But what we do as a community, black, white, once we throw the transgender in there, that's the dividing point. A black person could disagree with the Ku Klux Klan, but if the Ku Klux Klan sits back and throw transgender in there, you got the fucking black guy on the side of the Ku Klux Klan because that's the side that they agree on.
Education.
That's the
Yes,
dividing point that you guys
I
need to
do
understand.
understand
I
that.
understand it.
So
I live
the
it
church is
daily.
the same way. The church is the same way. We can sit back and they can a white guy can talk about racism all day and hatred of black people, and we agree. But you throw that transgender in there, oh goddamn, y'all got now. It's that's the melting
Right.
pot right
They
there, and that's what
No,
people don't
I
yeah, they
understand.
understand
do it.
that.
I
And I'm not trying to speak for Kalani,
yeah, I
but
understand it because they do the
hey,
same
y'all, I
thing
mean,
with
seriously,
lesbians.
I
I,
understand it.
it may be
they do, but
I
look
ain't
at it
never
this
get out
way.
my point. You cut
Lesbians
me
ain't being
off.
targeted. Is Donald
I
Trump
don't
targeting
fool with Donald
lesbians?
Trump. I don't know. I don't fool
Yes.
with him.
I'm just saying, but
Yes, he
is the
is.
government targeting
Yes.
lesbians?
Yes.
He
Yes.
okay, so what has he
You
said
got
that's
to go
targeting you?
research. I refuse to use this time to talk about the orange man.
So I gotta research what he
Exactly. You
did,
should
what he
know
says
what's
about
going
you. But
on
guess
in our
what?
federal
All
government.
I gotta do is look at the news and I can see what he does.
Yeah, you gotta go research it
No,
because
you
I
can
did.
actually look at some of his executive orders.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
go
that target
Research
go
it.
to the White
community.
House and it targets the whole.
Community, but
Yes,
he used trans as the
look
Okay.
trans community as a talking point
as a talking
because
point.
for exactly the reasons that you said.
Yeah,
But see, this
look
goes
Okay,
at the
back.
Okay.
executive
This goes
orders.
okay.
back. Hold on. This goes
I'm
back
gonna
to being with
I'm gonna
Peirrce.
separate the difference in what y'all are saying right now.
I would like for
Wait,
Kalani
wait.
to speak. She was next.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Kalani laughing.
That was a lot.
It's just the aggressive nature. I'm an aggressive person. I do apologize if anyone feels any kind of way. This is how I've been all my life. I'm just real
No.
aggressive, just trying to keep it in an orderly fashion because you've been putting your hand up for a minute and I want to give you your time.
It's okay. Here's the thing. I think that when it comes to trans people, that T is the dividing point. It's the point that's used to divide and conquer because it doesn't matter whether you're Black.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter whether you're short, tall, or whatever. Once you say once you put trans in it, it seems like everybody jumps on the same side because everybody feels the same way about trans people. Even people in the community feel the same way that the other people feel about trans people. And so what people don't understand is an attack on any minority is an attack on all minorities.
Yep.
Because once he comes for trans, he's coming for the whole LGBTQ. He's coming for all Black. He's coming for everything. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not just one group. And I think everybody kind of sit and separates. Well, it ain't happening to us like that. So, we'll just sit back and watch it when it happens. Like, I don't understand. Like Peirrce said, when the movements have been going forward, it's been trans people at the forefront, at the beginning of it, pushing, trying to make things happen. And then you'll see, I've been in situations where I have watched people in this community watch other people attack trans people and they do nothing. Stand there and do absolutely nothing.
And guess what?
And I'm just like, what's going on? It's because you deep it down inside, you see us in your little letter form, but you don't feel like we're the same.
Smack. Are you allowed to carry a gun legally?
Yes, I can. Why?
Because the transgender community right now is being targeted where they're not allowed to
They're
carry
targeting
weapons.
also
Even
LGBTQ.
if
If you're part of the LGBTQIA, it's not just the trans. I need you to read up on it. They're trying
well,
to take that away from
I
us as
do,
well.
and I read up, I
So it's
see it.
not just the trans community when you're
Okay,
talking
so
about the being able to carry your weapon. They're trying to take that from everybody from under the gay
So how
community,
do they
under the
police that?
LGBTQIA community.
right, how do you police it? How can
Well,
you?
it's
How do
all
you
about
police that?
organizing. It's all about organizing, finding your people. I talk about that all the time. Start an
No, I'm saying,
campaign,
how do
You
you
can't. You
find an
police
really
whether?
can't.
organization.
You really can't. You
Oh, I'm
really
sorry.
can't. I understand where you're going with this. You really can't because it depends. You're depending on the
Got to get the
person.
larger voices to speak out
No,
against it.
you're saying the larger voice for the law. They're saying individual people going out and policing it. How are they handle that? Well, you really can't control that because that's where the bias come in based on the person that you're dealing with. So
It's
you
not a
can't.
law right now, so I would tell. I'm gonna keep it real. Every trans person that's out there, go out and get your permit. Go out and get your license to carry. And if they try to come and take it, you don't let them take it. But be trained on how to use your weapon.
No, but I think what's being said here, and I do understand what Stan and Kalani is saying, is
I
that
know.
trans
I'm just
people
saying.
are targeted worse than any other
I
person
agree.
within the
Wait.
I
community.
I agree, but
Okay.
at the same token,
But
it's we look at it kind of differently. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel as though trans people are targeted, but when you look at some of these executive orders, it includes all of us.
Right, but we're not talking
But
about
Yeah.
executive
Okay.
orders. We're
But
talking
All
about
right.
but
in
they
Okay.
life.
use the title
But
of trans
here is
hold
the
on,
major point
hold on.
that
We got to
I've
do
been.
this in an orderly fashion. The one thing I can't do is people talking over people. We're not
But
gonna
I've
do
been
that.
trying to speak for
I
15 minutes and I
know.
keep getting brushed inside every time I say
I
something.
feel you. Okay, okay. Well, you got to like put your hand up like everyone else has been doing and not
I
cutting
have
off
had my hand up.
somebody. Okay, but they weren't
Okay.
done
All
talking.
right. So
Finish what you were saying, Queen, and then we're gonna go to Tim.
what I was saying is, you're talking about the world, and the world in an orderly world where we create laws. We're talking about living in the regular world where we got to deal with people, and people are rude, they're cruel, and they are especially very hard on the trans community, including our community. I can admit that.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that. But my point is, this is where I said we have to learn to become family.
Yep.
In order to change this, myself, Stan, Tim, Dre, we have to be the voices in those rooms, in those spaces where the trans people cannot be. You cannot stand by and watch a trans person be attacked and think that's right, because that's not
Allies.
family. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you essentially have to become an ally
Ally.
to the trans community. Use your voice, use your body, use everything that you can.
Mm-hmm.
And this will stop. Just like, we had a conversation with a friend of mine. He's a heterosexual male. He wants to be an ally to the LGBT community. But the first thing I said to him, before you can be an ally to the LGBTQ, you have to understand the complexities of what it means to be trans. And what did you vote for? Did your vote change because of the trans agenda? And if it did, then you cannot be an ally. Because to be an ally, true ally, you have to do it for all of us. And you heard me
Mm-hmm.
talk to him
Yeah.
and have this
Yeah.
conversation.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
We got to change that.
Yep. Tim.
Okay.
Can I say this before you say that, Tim? Can I say that? Can I say this right before you go? Right before you go. Just one thing. I think that if we had more help and more people stepping up for us, it wouldn't be so easy to target us. You know what I'm saying? If we had people in this community to say we all for one and one for all, and every time you come against a trans person, we all standing up. Because now it seems like we're easy target because we already got discrimination in that same community. Go ahead, Tammy.
You sure?
Go ahead, Tim.
Okay. So what everybody is really overlooking, and I'm surprised that one person hasn't said this, none of the other letters in the LGBTQIA are being murdered in huge numbers for how they represent and who they represent. I'm not saying the gays are not getting killed, but what I am saying is if you paid attention to the news in the last 3 years as to how many transgendered individuals are being murdered, like it's not about numbers and it's not about opinions. This is facts. And I'm not speaking from someone who's done research. I'm speaking as someone who has been out in the streets protecting these girls, walking into people's homes and assaulting them over these girls, taking these girls in off the street, protecting them when they're out in the streets making their money. I'm not speaking from a book. I'm speaking from actually having these people in my home, having these people in my heart, and them actually being a part of my life. There is no other letter in the LGBTQIA that is dealing with what the trans community is dealing with. And anybody who tries to argue that does not know what's actually going on in this world. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
Actually, to add to that,
Oh, you want to
and
add
then
to it?
I'm done.
All right.
The problem with propaganda is when they do have an agenda. Some things are pushed to the forefront, some things are not. But I just
Mm,
want to put this out here, and I want y'all to research gay men that look like Tim, lesbian women that may look like me are the most underreported murders. So you'll never see them in the news being labeled as a gay man killed or a lesbian woman killed. It'll just be this woman killed or that male killed, maybe a romantic crime or something like that. You won't know. It'll go underreported. So for me, all of this mostly with the trans community is propaganda for a bigger picture. And I'm gonna leave
it,
that alone.
it is. I agree with you 100%. Like I said before, it's just their foot in the door to get to everybody else.
All right. Now we're going to go to the next question. In what ways do the needs or struggles of the LGB individuals differ from those of the QTI individuals? And I'm going to go with Stan.
Actually, I think we just covered all that.
Okay. I'll go to Dre.
Stan just hit it around the head. This is the whole debate we just had. We can move on to the next question.
What is the question?
In what ways do the needs or struggles of the LGB individuals differ from those of the QTI individuals? Since everyone is saying we just talked about it,
No, we
I think,
actually didn't.
yeah, we didn't, because I know one of the things is I can only speak in Delaware, gender affirming care
Okay.
for a lot of people, there's nowhere for them to go. So to me, that is a struggle. That is a situation that is affecting our trans community. Um, I think that that is something that I don't have to worry about. So I'd feel bad for the trans community and even the youth who get that gender affirming care, or even some of our intersex people or youth who are trying to find themselves. That care is no longer in the state of Delaware.
I want to answer this question.
And
Can I
okay,
answer this question?
can I finish my thought and
Oh,
I'm
go
off
ahead.
of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I feel like trans and intersex folks that they face more direct violence, barriers to healthcare, as I just said, and legal erasure. If someone from the trans community just say that they if it's civil rights, just say their rights have been violated, it's hard to find a lawyer who's gonna try to represent them because of their own personal views about trans people. Well, as I could probably go and find one a whole lot quicker. That's one. um it's something about their right to exist authentically in their bodies, for our QTI folks. And that's all I wanted to say. And then I'm gonna make this. If one of us is unsafe, all of us are. I'm gonna leave it right
Um,
there. That's where I'm at.
I want to answer this
Go ahead.
because I don't feel like if this is the part that's a blind spot for me in our community, right? We had a whole conversation and then you asked that question and everybody said, well, I think we answered the needs, but we didn't. There's a lesbian on this panel, there's a bisexual man on this panel, there's a gay man on this panel, there's a trans attracted man on this panel. We have not discussed the needs of those people. What do these people need in particular? When I think about the lesbian community, right? I'm not a man, so I can never speak to ask I don't know what a gay male needs, right? But
Mhm.
I find you more relatable. I think one of the things that you need, that's unique to you, is I think lesbian women need specialized rights because you lose all your rights when women lose theirs, but
Mhm.
you don't have the same attachments as they do.
Mm-hmm.
So if we flashing
Mm.
back to the 1950s, 1960s, and these women lose their rights, meaning, i.e., the right to vote, the right to have a bank account,
The right
the
to own
right
a
to
home.
autonomy, the right to have a home, you lose those rights.
Mm-hmm.
But it's death to you if you had to live the way a straight female would have to. That
Mm-hmm.
means you would literally have to deal with a man.
Mm-hmm.
He would have to control your money.
Yep.
He would have to authorize where you live. He
Yep.
would control how you dress.
Yep.
So that's a need that's specific to a lesbian woman. And it scares me. I'm scared for lesbian women, especially masculine centered ones. But no one talks about these things.
Right.
That's death to you. Could you please
Mm-hmm.
tell me, how would you feel if you was forced to sleep with a man or had to be in a relationship? And then this goes back to gay men, my bisexual men. How do you feel if these rights and all these things occur and you have to have a beard? Do you feel comfortable with having to lay next to a woman to function in society? We talk about, and I love the trans community, we talk about what they're going to lose. But
Mm-hmm.
what are you going to lose?
I'm gonna lose a lot.
What are you as a gay male going to lose? As a bisexual man, that takes away your choice. As a trans attracted man, that takes away your choice of what you want. Society will legally, if we go all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
And that
And
is what I'm saying. We did not answer that question, but that's
yeah,
just
I
one
agree.
of those specific things for lesbians. I guess I did give shed light on gay men, bisexual men. What will y'all lose? What do y'all need? What are you not getting in the community? What are you not getting from society? What are your fears?
Mm-hmm.
What are they? Because you don't hear nobody on any of these platforms talking about it. You don't hear anybody, not even on the news, talking about it. What are you missing out on health care? How are you treated? We don't never hear those things. Just like with the murders. We don't hear about the record number of gay males being
Yeah.
murdered or lesbians. We just started hearing about what, two of them, maybe in 2020 during the George Floyd era, and
Mm-hmm.
it was the George Floyd era just drowned all of that out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion. We need to, if we're going to be a family, we take care of the needs of everyone.
Everyone.
And I don't feel like the LGB, y'all needs are discussed, talk about. I don't see where your fears are.
Yeah.
I don't even see y'all talking about it. Look like Tim is up.
All right,
um,
Tim.
first things first, the B is the group that is kind of like we did they there, but they not really accepted because they the villains. Um, and it's that's the group that is least included in any of the thoughts of our struggles, because they're demonized so much, and everybody that's by is not playing a game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is. You're talking about how would I feel being forced to lay next to a woman and grow a beard? That's the life that I came from before I came into this one. I already had to do that. For me, that would be going back in the closet. I mean, but for other people, it will be horrible because they have absolutely no attraction to the opposite sex. It would be a punishment. So I can only really speak for the gays because the bis really don't have a voice in the gay community, and they are really shunned and looked down upon.
What are y'all
Um,
needs?
just really,
Respect.
it's just respect. It's to understand that every bisexual is not that guy that's keeping it on the down low. You know, some people actually live that life to protect other people. You know, some where if their family finds out that they are gay, they will fucking kill them. These people live in America, but they're from other places, and they withhold their customs. I have people who grew up their whole life trying to keep their sexuality from their family so they wouldn't get offed. And I mean, as far as the gay aspect, it's the same as everybody else. I mean, our discrimination is different, but we do experience a lot of different kinds of experience of discrimination. When someone that is not a physical threat is found out to be gay, is a whole lot different than when someone who has a physical presence. When you find out that big black nigga in the corner is gay, people start going through all these scenarios in their head, and we're not thinking about them. We're not fucking with them. But now all of a sudden, because people found out something new about us, now we have all these fucking crazy things going on around us, and we don't know who's thinking what and who actually feels what type of way about what. And all of us have to go through that. It's our needs are just like everybody else's. It's we need you to give us just as much consideration as you want everybody else to give y'all. Stop downscaling us, stop demonizing us, because that's what the world is doing to y'all. But then y'all turn around and demonize bisexuals at the same time that you're saying that the world shouldn't be demonizing you. Like everybody's not trying to get over, everybody's not hiding. Some people are bisexual because something detrimental depends on them keeping that out of the public. Everybody is not blessed to be able to be gay openly, safely. Then you just got a whole lot of nasty motherfuckers that are they just got really low self-esteem, and they just sticking they or letting people stick they in anything, and they put the stereotype of what DL or
Mm,
bisexual is.
yeah.
So
And that
yeah,
down lowy thing, that's just as prevalent in the media and on television shows. Just
right.
trends. So yeah, that's a
The same
yeah
way they demonize gay, the same way they demonize trans,
trend. Yep,
they
down
demonize
low. Or
bisexuals. Down low.
bisexuals. Yeah,
Yes, Lord. It is.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't realize that those groups have struggled just as life threatening as theirs. It's just presented in different fashions. Because when people think certain things about you, they will set you up for things to happen to you. They would set you up and put you in unsafe situations for things to happen to you. It's
yeah.
happened to me. It's happened to me multiple times.
That deserve to die stigma that comes
Mm-hmm.
along with being
I don't
down low.
associate around people
He
like
get
that.
killed.
They gonna
You
get
hear about
shot.
that too. He get killed. He
I
deserved it.
wish they would try to do that with me.
We hear those
Shoot center
stories.
mass.
Oh, he
Protect
was
me.
down low. Oh, he deserved it. She should have shot him. Oh, he should have
And
shot.
that
Yeah.
is the
Yeah,
common that's the
people got
common
that death.
reaction from people when they
Crazy.
find out.
Yes.
They don't even find out the details. If the person
Right.
is bisexual or he deserved it. He deserved it. She deserved it. She deserved it. Less so with the women, more so with the men. But they think anything that happens to us is we deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
I see
Everybody
Andre.
is not that image that you
All
see
right.
on TV. Everybody is not that image that you see in movies. That's why people all around the world think that we are fucking savages because everything that they see on TV portrays us that way.
Well, I'm
And we
glad that the
glorify
people
that shit.
around me get who I am, because I ain't no savage. I ain't no
You
savage.
should tell them what happened to us at the doctor's office today.
Well, I want to see
But
what
go ahead, see what
Andre.
everybody else
Yeah,
say.
Andre, did you have something to say? Oh, he said nah. All right,
Kalani.
Kalani.
This kind of opened me up to. I didn't think this question was gonna make me think as hard, but I'm just curious to know what, like you was explaining, Peirrce. Like with all the other letters, what do y'all really need? You know what I'm saying? Because I've always thought, and it may have been my ignorance. I just always thought, if you're a man, if you're a woman, you kind of fall under that umbrella. So y'all got y'all's rights, but if you trans, they think we're in between, so we need our own rights. So I'm trying to figure out like you were saying, like all some of the needs that y'all need. Like I really want to hear everybody's needs because I'm curious.
She just
to
gave you our
know.
needs. One of the things I think about in the climate, I've been thinking about it for the past 3 years, is like we could be going
Mhm.
backwards. I lose my right to vote. My right to vote means a lot, you know. Um, the other thing is being able to have a bank account. I mean, this is what they're talking about. When you read Project 2025, different aspects are being done right now, and it's sending women backwards. I may not have the job that I have today. Um, if this mess becomes, you know,
Your
in
right.
reality, my rights are
Vonda,
Attached to
gone.
women's rights.
It's
Vonda,
my
could you,
rights are attached to women's rights. I don't have lesbian rights, but my
Vonda,
need is to be. All right, I can't never finish.
Finish, Vonda.
Nah, go ahead. I'm
You
done.
don't. You don't. Lesbians need
Listening.
independent.
No, I'm
Lesbians
listening,
need
Rhonda. I'm listening.
independent rights separate from women. They have different needs, different struggles, um, and they shouldn't be pigeonholed to misogynistic worldviews and opinions
Yep.
because they don't live in that world.
Okay.
They're not
I
seeking to be with a man. They're not seeking anything. They need independence in order to thrive. To be a lesbian, you have to be an independent party. You can't be under a man. That is just what
That
that
ain't happening.
is.
And that's how they're trying to make the world. I
And
mean,
another thing, Kalani said, she all, and I respect her for saying that. She thought women were women, men are men, but gay men and gay women are different from regular heterosexual men and women. And they view us that way and let us know this the same
yeah.
way they let you know it. It's just that it's more louder for you.
I don't need
It's
nobody
not as
telling me.
loud for
I don't
us.
Mm-hmm.
need nobody telling me what to wear, Kalani. I like being who I am and what I got on. You know what I'm saying? Women, I might not
Right,
be able
right,
to
right,
wear a
right.
baseball cap because society thinks that these types of hats are for men only. I might can't wear my hair like that with it being buzzed on the side. Like it's so much. You
I
know what I
get
Yeah.
what
mean?
you're
I,
saying.
I would definitely. I'm
Right.
telling you, man. Look,
And you guys,
So do y'all? So can I ask another question? Do y'all don't have any rights connected to the LGBT?
yeah, like marriage rights and
marriage.
stuff, but
That's the.
nothing
That's it.
specific.
Is that the
Yes.
only thing that kind of
Hmm.
unites
Nothing
everybody's
specific.
rights?
Nothing,
Nothing
no
specific.
protections.
Yep. No
If
protections.
everything
Okay.
falls apart
Now,
for
Okay.
women, it just falls apart.
can I
We
say
got
something?
you, Tim. We just want to finish what we
Wow.
saying. Tim is next. Give us a moment. Go ahead. Finish
No,
what you were
I'm
saying.
finished. I
All
hope
right.
I explained that right for everybody.
Yeah, Tim.
well, it's kind of redundant now. When you were talking, I just was trying to add. How many black women that Trump just fired in political offices? It's in the thousands.
Hmm.
I was adding that to what you were saying. Now it's kind of irrelevant.
Can I say something now?
Hmm.
Okay. I hear everybody talking about the
Yeah.
rights and the everybody's rights and the lesbian rights, but guess what though? They trying to erase the trans community altogether.
We know that.
Bro, it's not
Okay,
a
you know
debate.
it, but
So
every,
because they try to take my rights, that ain't important.
I'm not talking about your rights. I'm saying
But
they're
I
trying to
know
erase. They trying to erase a
I know
whole
that. I
transgender
fight for it
community.
Let
daily.
them finish.
Fight for it daily.
They're trying to erase everybody, but they're
Okay,
Everybody.
doing the trans
you guys
community
say
now.
they're trying to erase everybody,
Yes,
but
look
they're
it up. It
really
is an
trying to
executive
erase.
order.
All right, I'm done. Okay.
Yeah, I need you to
No,
do I
they
need to do
want.
some
No,
homework,
I
bruh.
agree with you.
It
They're
ain't
trying
matter
to
homework,
obliterate the
bro.
whole community.
All right,
It's not
you're
that I
right.
don't believe, it's not that I don't agree with what you're saying, Stan, but it's the way like you're thinking we don't know. I'm in this every day. I'm fighting to stop Trump from doing what he's doing to trans people as we speak. I fight it every day.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing.
I'll send you the link so you can share it
Here's
out.
the thing. What I think we're missing. You know how it's like I say, it goes back to what's visible, what's in front of your face.
Yeah.
They're erasing the trans community in front of your eyes, right?
And the black
But
community too.
okay, and the black community. But they're doing the same to the gay community. It's just not loud. They're phasing you back into just being a black man, a female. They're phasing them backwards. They gotta obliterate the trans outright, the trans community outright, because of them transitioning. They can't just push you into the gender that you want to be because they cannot. It's just not sitting right. Mm-hmm. But with a gay man, we're not going to acknowledge them. We're erasing them just not by acknowledging them. We're just going to push them back and just acknowledge that they're heterosexual men. We're just going to push them back with the rights. They'll just lose this, lose that, lose that. They're pushed back. The lesbians,
I don't agree
lose
with that
this,
at all.
lose that, push back.
I do not agree with
but
that.
The trans community, they got to go a little harder because they don't acknowledge you as the sex that you are.
The reason I don't agree with what you're saying, because you're saying they're trying to raise gay men. No, they fit gay men into society. Gay men are fitted into society. They are. They fitted into government. They are.
They're not done.
They're not erasing gay men. No.
Have you ever read The Lavender Scare? Have you ever saw anything on it?
That's an opinion by someone.
That's not an opinion. It actually happened.
That happened.
It was an attack on LGB. They had already immobilized the trans community, but that was a specific attack on LGBT. The voters' rights, when women could not vote, that was a specific attack on women and lesbians. That's why lesbians pushed hard. It's ways. They come at us in specific ways, but they're still coming. It's just different. And it's up to us to recognize where we fit and how they're doing it. And this is why I say it goes back to us being a family and protecting each other, because they always coming for all of us all the time. It's just blatant. I think Kalani, did you want to say something? Dre, Smack.
Nah, I'm done.
Good.
Just this one thing. I get what everybody's saying. I'm thankful for this show because it's actually educating me on some stuff that I had not considered. Because before, because sometimes when it's your rights and it's you that's under fire and you're the target, sometimes you forget about the people around you. So I'm glad y'all brought awareness to that. I just think that I understand what Stan is saying. And we're not trying to make this a trans show because it's not. Because that's what it kind of sounds like that while I'm listening. I'm like, oh no, don't make it about us. But I think that when you explained that, Peirrce, it made perfect sense that gay men, gay women, bisexuals, we can just take their rights and bring them on back, and they can just be put in either category. But trans, because that's its own category, we just got to eliminate them, period. Period. So I get it. That's why I asked about everybody's rights, because I was just trying to figure out what was it that everybody needed and what we could do to kind of further help y'all get the things that y'all need too. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted to say. Can we go to the next question?
I agree.
I just put some call to actions, some things that help in the
I'm reading them.
Group chat for y'all. Just some of the things that I be doing, some of the things I'm connected to, that I started in the past 3 years. Once I was educated on what was coming on before, who got into office, and I'm actually on the front lines in my own state. You know what I'm saying? I have been invited to go federally, like to DC a couple of times to really stand on the front lines there as well. So I just want to put that out there, and I just wanted to share a couple. And as they come, I will also share. Knowledge is key. Now to get to the next question. The next question is: does unity within the LGBTQ plus umbrella foster greater social support, or does it create internal conflict? Why or why not? And I'm gonna go to Dre on this one.
Thanks, Smack. I believe in a way it creates an internal conflict because we're too busy trying to separate the letters. Um, if we're going to be a unified body, then we need to operate as a unified body. When I looked at this question, the first thing that threw me was umbrella. If a section of an umbrella gets a hole in it, then everything under the umbrella gets wet. And so I feel that instead of us trying to separate, well, I get attacked more than you, or I don't get what you get, and you get more privileges than I get. How about we all fight for the same? Because last time I looked, when we're fighting on the front line, we're fighting for equal rights. And so, in order for equal rights to happen, we all got to, like we've been saying the whole show, we all got to stand up one for another. Like, if we biblically look at it, am I my brother's keeper, or am I my sister's keeper? We have to be on the same agenda for each other, and not consistently arguing about which side is greater versus which side is less, or which side is more inferior. Let's just look at it for what it is. When together we'll stand, divided, it's going to sink.
Thank you, Dre. I agree. Stan.
Yeah, he pretty much hit it on the head. I think it's. I really hate giving my opinion so much, and I really do.
Well, people want to
But
hear your opinion.
I don't know, but I think that we are humans in everything we do. So um, we're black people. We're divisive as black people. Um, no group is ever going to come all together and agree on anything. Um, and that's just the way life is. And the gay community, lesbian community, trans community, there's divisiveness in every community. So there's no perfect answer to this. There's no perfect solution to it. Um, I and just as I live my life, I live my life. As long as I take care of myself, I'm not a problem to the community. I'm not a problem to the world. I become an asset, and that's just how I look at it. So that's that.
Thank you. Stan, I respect. Tim,
Could you repeat the question? Could you repeat the
does
question?
do- does unity within the LGBTQ plus umbrella foster greater social support, or does it create internal conflict? Why or why not?
Us together creates a look of solidarity. It creates a look of unity. I think that more positive than negative comes out of everybody working together. Short and sweet. That's my answer.
Okay. Kalani,
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Especially Stan said something just now about we're all of us being human. I think sometimes when we just sit back and kind of look at anybody that's dealing with anything, doesn't matter what it is, whether it be rights or discrimination, whatever. Find your your relationship or your connection to that individual. It may not be that you're gay. It may be that you're black. It may be, that you're tall. I don't know. But we're all human. Find that connection. If you understand that we're all human and we're all the same, we all gonna believe it's gonna be what it's gonna be, then you don't mind fighting for any minority. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who it is. We're all human, and I deserve to have that right.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think unity, like he said, like Tim said, brings solidarity, and it shows one band, one sound. And in a perfect world,
Right.
it would be right. We're not going to get there overnight, but I think just like we've made strides to where we are now, I think if we keep piece by piece, we'll get there eventually. It's going to take some work, and people are going to have to look inwardly and do some personal soul searching to figure out what really matters. But I think we'll get there. But
Yeah,
unity for
I'm
sure.
the same way about the unity, and I feel like sometimes a lot of us now I ain't gonna say a lot of us. There are some people who concentrate too much on the wrong things, but unity is the key here. And like Tim said, moving with one, like you said, Kalani, one sound, one beat. But I also think that we also have to make space for the marginalized voice in the room as well. Sometimes we have to fall back and make room for that marginalized voice. And right now, I will say that that marginalized voice is our trans community. Peirrce?
Um, my take is, I see it as this, right? In a perfect world, if we can all come together and write like a LGBTQ plus Bill of Rights, and when we go out there and speak and fight, we speaking for the whole community. I think that'll bring the unity. I think a lot of the letters, whatever animosity they have, I think they'll let it go because they feel like they're also heard, being recognized, and their needs are
Mm-hmm.
being met. I think a lot of times we turn on each other and turn, internally
Mm-hmm.
it's because we feel like we're not getting what we need to survive, and we're pushing other people's stuff to the forefront. But I think together, oh, we'll be a beast out here. I think we get us. Let's have a think tank, get out on paper what we need, and we just go out there, go for it. Let's go for it all. Of course, you
Mm-hmm.
can't do it all at once, but if we could throw it out on the table, organize it, say, okay, let's be strategic. Let's fight for this piece right here, and it'll get us to here. Then we'll get there. We'll do this and do that.
There's
But
some
right
people that
now
don't want
it's
to do the
but
fight.
but right now it's all separate fires, and everybody wants to be heard. But I think together with a gay bill of rights or whatever we decide to call it, with everybody's needs on that table,
Mm-hmm.
we can win. We can fight better that way.
Yep.
Everybody will feel heard.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go on to the great response there, Queen. Next question is: would separation reinforce harmful stereotypes or reduce stigma? Stan.
Hmm. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, my thing is, I don't know. I really don't know if separation is it, because we can separate, and then if we're together, but saying that we're all together is not realistic. It's not real. It's something that we can wish for, but it don't exist. So I mean, and they're just saying in our community, it's the gay community, trans community. There's separation and divisiveness in each of those communities. Trans community has issues. Gay community got issues. You know, us as human beings got issues. So to say there's no answer to that, it really ain't. To me, it ain't. So all we can do is do our part to contribute, and that's my answer. Seriously, because
Thank you.
I can't dive into a deep conversation because it's just too complex, and we're all human beings and we're all different, and we got problems in the Black community where we don't even get along like that. Where people sit back and say, "Hey, if the Black community gets together, guess what we could be?" And we don't even do that as Black people. So now you're gonna take the gay, lesbians, trans. It just the reality is it don't exist. But
Okay.
and we can say it and wish for it, but and let's be real, they don't exist. And us coming together and all that, we can talk it. It don't exist. I mean, we as a whole, we Black people together, and we don't do it. So now we got Black people that don't like gay people. We got Black people that don't like trans people. So you got more division. So but like I say, let's just take care of ourselves, and then let's contribute at that point. But to sit back and say, in reality, that uh, as a whole we're gonna do all these things, and that's not real. It's not real. And I'm not saying shit that people want to hear, but I'm telling the truth from my point.
Can I go next?
Yeah, go ahead and go, Peirrce.
I like to answer this question next. Um, the reality of the way this world is, we're gonna be in a space where you ain't gonna have no other choice but to depend on your gay brother and sister. That's where we at it. So
That's not true.
never
That's
mind the
not.
Black community, because when it comes to the get down, they not gonna want to deal with us that way.
That's not
I'm
true,
just gonna
Pierce.
be honest. We're gonna be in
That's
sex.
true.
Sex. So it's gonna
Let
be
her
Not
back
finish,
true.
like in the
please.
60s and
Let her
70s, right?
finish.
60s and 70s. If you blatantly look LGBTQ, you know how they was treated. You had to live in these little communities. You had to get whatever you needed from the community. White and
Mm-hmm.
Black people didn't want to deal with you. Your parents and shit, they didn't want to deal with you because it was at one point illegal. Actually, people don't understand. It was actually illegal for your family and stuff to help you.
Dropping you off for a
So
bag of
this
potatoes,
wasn't
wasn't it?
like choices. This was illegal. You were looked at a certain way. You would lose the abilities to function in society. You would probably even lose your job. So if we really go back, you're not going to have a choice but to deal with each other. So
So
that,
why are we in the situation we're in right now?
well, right now, I think it's just a byproduct of everything that we've been through thus far. But that doesn't mean that we can't
Go backwards.
collectively decide. Like, let's just say we go backwards. Let's go backwards with wisdom and learn from what we've been through and collectively do what we need to do. Now, of course, you're not going to get all Black people, all the Black gay people. Of course, you're not, because there's going to be some naysayers, right? But it goes back to what Smack said. You got to find your people. Find your people. Do what y'all need to do to take care of each other, because you're going to be back in that space. And if you are the one that believe that, oh, this could never happen, or we can't do this, then that's your space and you might have to stick with that. And that'll be your choice. And whoever's in that space with you, then I hope y'all got what it takes to survive. But for the most part, the average person don't got it economically. And the Black community ain't gonna really deal with us the way we want them to deal with us. So we're gonna have to kind of pull up our bootstraps together. And I'm sorry to say, the one thing that I fear, and again, it goes back to people that are visibly gay, I'm afraid for y'all the most. Because I could go in stealth mode and be hiding right in plain sight, but y'all can't. Y'all cannot. Me and Tim could just slip back onto the side. Y'all really gonna have to really depend on each other.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all gonna have to use us to be working in those spaces that y'all can't get in. So again, we're gonna have to eventually come together and create some think tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I agree.
Whether we like it or not, I believe we're going to be forced
Talked about
there.
this like what 3 years ago.
I told you
talked
this
about
3-4 years
yeah
ago,
three
but
4 years ago.
it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Peirrce, it's literally going to be a modern day Underground Railroad.
Underground gay road.
Yeah, it's going to be the Rainbow Train, but it's literally
Gonna
going
be
to be a
like it
modern
was
day
back in the
Underground
day.
Railroad.
We're gonna have one place where we can go, and people can't keep their mouth shut. And that place gonna get shut down, and we going through the next tunnel to get where
Mm.
you know what I'm saying. Next, Tim.
Could you repeat the question for me?
Would separation reinforce harmful stereotypes or reduce stigma?
Reduce stigma for me.
Reduce stigma for you?
What was the question? Tim thinking like,
With separation? What? One more time.
Would separation reinforce harmful stereotypes or reduce stigma?
it's gonna reinforce it.
I mean, well, all the things that we're facing right now, I mean, maybe I'm ignorant. This doesn't seem like it's really that important.
Mm.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, because
Okay.
both of those things are negative
You
things.
answered it. Yeah.
Stereotypes and stigmas, those are both negative things. And right now, where all the freedoms that are being taken, where all the people that are being murdered, I don't give a damn about stigmas and stereotypes. It's like we're dying. We're getting ready to lose all our rights. We're getting ready to go under the plantation. The rest of the niggas are gonna be working the plantation. We are gonna be under the fucking plantation. So
Yeah,
I
but
could really
basically it's talking about like separating the LGBT. It's like what our show is about. And so that's what the separation that they're talking about. Would the separation reinforce
the stereotypes,
the harmful stereotypes or reduce the stigmas that they already say about
I
the
think
different
it would
letters?
it would make them excited to play in our face even more because we just split ourselves in half.
yeah, it's gonna be like Grand Theft Auto out this mug. Oh, they
It's
separate.
gonna
Let's
be
bring
like it's going it's like when people are waiting to attack, they wait for the first sign of weakness, and that separation will be it. And they would turn up every fucking thing they doing 50 degrees. I
Okay.
think that would be a horrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, we leaving out the white aspect of it.
Mm. That's I
we
got
talk
that in
about the
there.
black people. What about the white? How the white people gonna do?
Look,
Yeah.
we got so much stuff piled up on our table that sometimes I honestly forget about them. And how could we ever forget about them? But it's so much shit in our community that is pressing. I really do be forgetting about the YTs.
Well, this is in black.
Right. That's why I don't think about them here. But
Yeah.
damn, like okay, I took that question really lightly, and then when I got into it, it was like real shit.
Heavy. Well, we appreciate your answer, Tim. Thank you. We're gonna go to Dre next.
Um, I mean, Tim just kind of said what I was thinking. It's going to create to me more harmful stereotypes, but at the end of the day, also it's also going to make a lot of people pleased, especially the Trump agenda. If we're looking at this Project 2025 in its entirety, think they're nitpicking who to go through first. If we can get rid of the LGBTQIA community, then we can start getting rid of these black folks. If we can get rid of all these people that's not from the U.S. that are undocumented, we can get rid of the black people. So at the end of the day, I can't go backwards in history without going in reverse chronological order of how the rights were established. You know, black folks were the first to really kind of pull the rights, so I can't just pull their rights first. But we just started giving gay people a lot of rights once Obama got in office, and their first plan of action was always to erase what the black man did. So we have to first we got to go in reverse chronological order, and so it's easier if I go through a society that has, you know, 6 to 7 to 8 letters, and I go through each letter and see which letter is the most dangerous, um, for me, or the most the one that, because we're looking at it as, oh, you know, they're going after the trans because the trans just got, you know, just really started being a big topic of discussion. It's not that they're going after the trans because of that. They're going after the trans because the trans are the most dangerous ones because they're not scared of what comes out of their mouth. And so I'm going to go after the trans community first because not only are they not scared of what comes out of their mouth, they also are the least supported. And so it's easier to take one species from a bunch of the same culture than it is for me to try to attack the entire culture. If I can mute the trans community, the gay community will follow suit because at the end of the day, they're not going to want that fight. So that's why it's important that we don't separate and that we all stand together. A lot of the issue that we don't teach in our community is stop trying to go after limelight and let's go after what really needs to be going after. So for me, if I can separate you, I'm going to go with the weakest link. And then after I go for the weakest link, I'm going to now go into reverse chronological order because that's what this agenda is. Trump's whole mission that he said even before he ever touched a political arena was to reverse history. How can we reverse history? Then we're going to go from gay to the blacks. And then everybody would be in their portion of the color purple field. And so that's my answer.
Thank you, Dre. Next, Kalani.
I'm glad y'all answered this question and expounded upon it because I was so confused.
You up there joining
Um,
organizations, I said, huh? Good stuff.
I was like, what is going on? Because I really don't understand what all the hoopla is about. We done had a black man, white man, orange man. We done already had the rainbow, so we might as well, everybody just might as well get rights. But anyway, separation reinforced harmful. Because y'all know how it was at the beginning. At the beginning of this, I was like, we need to separate. We need to, I don't know. I think separation is probably going to be more harmful. Because anytime you separate, you leave yourself open, and you're unprotected. So I'm going to just simplify by saying it's very harmful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I just want to add
You're
that
welcome.
separation will absolutely reinforce stereotypes. This is my opinion. It plays into the lie that trans, intersex, or queer folks are too different to belong, which is everything that everyone is saying. So that fuels stigma. It doesn't reduce it. Liberation for some of us cannot be achieved by cutting others loose. All right. So I just want to leave y'all with
I like that, Smack. Say that again. I
liberation
like
for some
that.
of us cannot be achieved by cutting others loose.
That was kind of cute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next question is, could separation dilute the political power of the broader LGBTQ plus movement? I'm going to read that again. Could separation, and the separation we're talking about is the LGB from the QTI, dilute the political power of the broader LGBTQ plus movement? I cannot wait to hear y'all answers, and I think I'm gonna go to Dre first.
Um, it can dilute it because now we have an open gap, and when there's an open gap, it weakens the force. So now we, instead of having the entire body march, we just got the arms marching, or we just got the legs marching. And when one part of the body is weak, the whole body is destroyed. If there's a virus in the body, it goes from one part of the body and it flows to the next. If we can separate the entire LGBTQIA movement and make everybody into its own separate sector, then showing up to DC would mean nothing.
Ow!
It, it,
Boom!
it would mean absolutely nothing. That's like a person that says I can I'm showing up, I'm mixed, but I can only show up for either my black side or my white side. I can't choose which side I'm going to show up for. So now we have shown up to DC, and we've shown up unaware and unprotected.
Got you. Thank you, Dre. Next, Tim. Oh, I'm sorry, Queen. You after Tim.
Well, Dre just kind of re-solidified what I said earlier. So I'm just gonna revisit two things that I said earlier. Uh, Dre just called on the same thing I basically said when I said everybody is separated into separate flags and everybody's fighting their flag, fighting behind their flag instead of standing as a united front. And I'm just going to revisit my answer for the last question. When people see a crack in a united front, they attack. That's my answer.
Thank you, Tim. Queen.
Uh, well, y'all, I guess I know y'all all know my answer to this. So, yeah.
We want to hear it anyway. So
It would
now,
definitely it would definitely dilute it. And I'm laughing because most of the movements that's been here have been gay movements. They just aren't called gay movements. Like women's voters' rights, that was a lesbian movement.
Yep.
It just wasn't called a lesbian movement. Civil rights was the gay black male movement.
It
Just wasn't called the
gay
gay black male
movement.
movement. And then when you just think about the rest of the general rights, the rights to be seen was the trans movement, right? Isn't that what Marsha P and all of the things were? So just imagine if we did all of that separately and we changed society and they're trying to revert it back. Imagine what happens if we work together. Look how we changed everything since they let us out of slavery.
I ain't even got to say nothing. You just answered. You just
So
took
I'm
my
just
opinion.
like, come on now. Separation is bogus.
People power is
We
a
come
superpower.
together, we might even just change the United States, period.
They already wearing our clothes.
We are, hey, and we ain't even talk about the little small movements like our clothing,
Yeah. Music.
music. You think about
everything,
the way we talk, the way we walk.
The culture.
We the culture,
everything.
you know. So no, it doesn't make sense. We need to form like Voltron, and let's just smash this. Let's just tear this up. Let's just be done with it. Let's just change everything.
Yeah,
Let's not
yes, you
do it
did.
separately.
You better
Thank
go off with
That's
Voltron.
that's my answer.
Thank you,
Did
Queen.
you start pop
So
locking though?
we're gonna go to Kalani next, and then after Kalani, it'll be Stan.
Don't shoot me. Just my opinion. I think it's already diluted. I think it's already diluted. I feel like that because that's why, and I don't want to revisit all that we've talked about, but I feel like that's why the trans community was such an easy target because they felt like or they out there by themselves. Because
Mm.
even the people that's in their community feel the same way we feel about them. Now, what I feel like the question should be, and this is just me, is how can we simplify this liquid that's diluted? How do we come together and end the separation? So that's my take on it. But I feel like it's already been diluted. That's why they, attacked our my portion of the community at such a greater level because they felt like we were unprotected, that we didn't have anybody protecting us, so they felt like they could attack. Um, so I think that there should be something that we should do to break that separation and bring everybody on the same page. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
Dre, it
Kalani.
sounds like she gave you an idea for the first meeting.
Stan.
Hey, Peirrce, don't be putting nothing in her head, okay?
I don't have an answer for it. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
All
know.
right. We're going to move on to the next question. My opinion, Peirrce basically said everything I was going to say in a nutshell. But this is the last question after night. After hearing the responses from your fellow panelists tonight, do you feel that the LGB should be separate from QTI individuals? And I'm going to start with Tim.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We stuck together. We stuck together. We've always been together. There's no reason to separate now.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. Stan.
No. No.
Okay. Kalani.
I mean, no, I'm joking. No, y'all convinced me. We should probably, come together. But people, clear motives, clear motives, clear motives. When you connect, have your motives clear and understand what your purpose is. So yeah, no separation. Let's unify and be on the same page. And don't be secretly hating one another, because that goes on too.
Say it loud. I don't think they heard you for the people in the back.
Because they secretly, I secretly don't like you, but I'm here because I know that if I do this will benefit me. Like, no, genuinely be there for people. Genuinely be there for the community. If you for the community, you for the community. It doesn't matter which letter it is. You're just there for the community.
Dre.
That's my answer.
I'm piggybacking from Dr. Kalani there. You know, solidify more and unify and get some better people to represent us. Get some
Come
folk that
on,
let's just
yes.
pull one strong person from each of the letters and let them lead the pack. But make sure they strong people who actually did some stuff before, not just people who know how to run their mouth because they got a lot of followers. Like that's my opinion. Like stop
I
getting
like
these.
grassroots, so I select you, Dre. Won't you start, Kalani?
I mean, hey, I think we all the whole
Queen.
panel can start
I'm
something. I
not.
mean, you
I'm not
already
gonna.
on the
Yeah.
state player.
Who? Who
You
is?
already on the state level. I'm trying to I'm just a squirrel. I'm trying to get on your tight time.
Yeah, I like
Myra,
being an agitator, though, to be honest. I love to agitate.
I'm a whole
I
disruptor, but
love to
Myra won't
correct
call
you. I
me.
love to educate you. I like being an agitator. And I've been called on to run for a couple things, and my answer is still the same. I love being an agitator because once you get in there, I ain't trying to build relationships with all them people to side with me. I'd rather be an agitator. Let me know who you need me to agitate, and that's who I'm going to do. and I'm going to bring everything. And by the time that we finish, some people may take 6 months, 2 months, some may even take a couple of years. But I'm gonna agitate the hell out of you. You'll hear some, legislators that say, you know, smack, she's a pain in my butt. I just love her because she's the same every day. And
I,
what I go for and what I fight for, I'm consistent with it.
that's why
But
they need to go ahead and take that step to take the office for real, for real. That's the same thing
nah,
it's the same way they hit me. I ain't gonna hold you. Like they mad with me because I moved out the city. But at the end of the day, you like you gotta
I,
do what
I,
you gotta do for you. You know what I mean?
you
But
let me know when you're ready, bro. I
I'm
got
waiting.
you.
I'm waiting on you. I'm trying to be your campaign manager.
I'm good. Yeah, look, Queen been talking about that. I don't want to do it. But after I am gonna answer the questions. I think I'm gonna let you go and then I'm gonna end it, or I'm gonna let you end your own show. You're not on.
No, you can end it.
Okay,
What's the
so
point?
go
Let me
ahead.
see. Do I think
After hearing the responses of the panelists tonight, do you feel the LGB should separate from the QTI?
Well, y'all already know my answer. No separation. We are a family. And if I gotta be Big Mama and glue all y'all asses together for us to do what we need to do, then I'm willing to do it. But yeah, nah, no separation. I just like everybody said, we need to sit down, draft something up, decide what we're gonna fight for, organize it, and let's get it going. The only thing that I got to say about this, uh, I'm gonna
Don't
say
do
it.
it.
Okay, so let me just say this, right? I'm a firm believer as a black person that we need to do it in blackness first before we can even branch out and try to add any other race into it. We got to get our own stuff together. So I think the black LGBTQIA need to come together and figure out what it is that we need from the greater community and push for that. And then once we get ourselves together, then we can talk to the black people, and then together we can go with the whites, because we got layers of people
Mm-hmm.
that don't deal with us.
Yeah.
It's about to get rough. That's my answer.
All right, I'm gonna give my opinion, and then we're gonna bring everybody on stage after that. So I feel even more convicted that separation is a trap. As a black liberated lesbian, I know my liberation is tied to my trans sisters, my intersex siblings, and my queer family, because I do fight for y'all. And any call for separation is often rooted in comfort for the privileged, not justice for the marginalized. And we must lean deeper into coalition and not fracture. And I'm going to say this for everybody that's tuning in. Sometimes I always tell people, like, we got to sometimes change up the formula. If you're getting the same results year after year after year, you feeling the same way year after year after year, you got to change up the formula. Sometimes that means putting a subtraction sign in there with your statement you just said, Queen. Sometimes you got to put a plus sign in there. And sometimes you got to put that division sign in there to really get change in your life, in your community, and anything that you're doing. And I'm gonna leave it off with that. We're gonna bring all the panelists up to the forefront. And are we missing someone? Nah.
So, so
And
everybody learned
Is
tonight.
King
This
gone?
was a heavy show.
yeah, this was a very heavy show. It when the questions came through, man, it really made me think as who I am as a person. That's where I had to put myself and what I represent. So I think the questions were really good. I don't know if you guys were watching 2 weeks ago, but I was attacked on social media by someone representing the trans community, someone whom I felt as though I was helping. And I was attacked by them because my passion wasn't at their passion level. And all I was trying to do was give some advice. And hearing everybody's response tonight really empowered me to keep on moving. Maybe I just can't work with that person. You see what I'm saying? They were painting me because of who I'm associated with, where I work, that I'm supposed to feel how they feel.
That was some white privilege.
And it just I don't know if y'all saw it, but I got plastered all over social media. They took my words and didn't understand my words when I said you need to find your people.
No, the white to me, and I'm not trans, but I think the white trans experience is different from a black trans experience. They have privilege, and sometimes
Indeed, they do.
they
And
let it fly.
yeah. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. And then find out if anyone learned anything tonight, or if you have any questions, we can go ahead and do that at this moment.
What did everybody learn tonight? Did y'all learn anything about each other?
I did. Oh no, what I learned. learned that I learned that well, not learn, made aware about, because we are so focused, as human beings, and this just era, we be so focused on ourselves that we don't even think about. And so it was brought to my attention tonight that it's not just our rights that are in jeopardy. It's rights of lesbians and gays and bisexual. I had no clue, like really, for real. And it may sound ignorant, but I'm just thinking in my head. I'm thinking black or white, like y'all over here with the men, y'all over here with the women. Like I'm not thinking that y'all need specifics. You know what I'm saying? To protect you as a person and how you identify. I'm not thinking that, even though that's what we're fighting for. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? And if I'm thinking that, being in this community, imagine how many other people are like thinking the same way. Where it's like you got a one track mind where it's just me. I need to worry about myself. I need to worry about what's going on over here. And you got brothers and sisters that they could lose their rights and it could be disguised as something else. You understand what I'm saying? So thank you for making me aware of it.
Come on, Tim. I know you coming.
Tonight, I'm very Russell Simmons. Thank you. God bless. Good night.
So what?
That's how I used to end Def Comedy Jam every show. Thank you. God bless. Good night.
That's all you got to say
That's
tonight?
it.
Dre,
Dre?
did you learn anything tonight or anything?
I just learned that we live in a crazy society, and if we keep allowing crazy people to do crazy things, we're gonna become crazy just like them.
Dre,
Lord, you know what I learned? That is
is that really what you said?
Dre crazy. I learned tonight seriously that it's okay, and it's okay for other people within the community outside of the trans community to need something. That you actually have needs and wants.
That's my point. That's what I'm talking about. I
Yeah,
didn't know
it's
that. I
okay.
didn't know that.
Nobody, I just actually, every platform, every show I go on, when you talk about LGB, it's never now about what they need.
It's
It's
trendy.
about all the trifling stuff that's going on. And I'm like, but what are your needs? What are your wants? What are you? It's
Mhm.
okay. It's okay for you to want something more for yourself.
Yeah.
And more than just getting married. Like
Yeah, like that is not the sum total of life.
Right. Like, is there something else you want?
Yeah. I just
Like,
tonight, those that are tuned in, those amplified voices, I just need you to put them into action for me, for my community. That's all. And if you want to know how you
mm,
can take your amplified voice and put into action, hit my inbox up. I'll send you quite a few ways that you can get into action, and you ain't even got to leave your house right now. You can do it right from your digital device.
Ooh, I got a question.
Yeah. So that's what I want to send to those who are watching and those that will be watching later.
You know, I got some
I had a
question.
question for Vonda when
Yeah,
Peirrce
I
get
got a
done.
question. After you know what, you just made me think about something, and everybody else on the panel, right? After listening to everybody, do we really need allies if we truly become each other's allies? Like, it makes you really look at
Yeah, people
the
power is a
allies,
superpower.
the way that they're structured. Like, we need to get y'all together because once if we could become each other's allies, y'all got to step y'all game. Like, how is that looking? You know?
Mm,
Mm,
that's something to think
If they
about.
take us back as far as they planning on taking us, we're gonna need them.
yeah, we're gonna need everybody.
I think we'll be taken more seriously
Yeah, we're
too.
gonna need everybody. But first, we gotta start with them. Like you said, we gotta
Yeah,
start with them right now.
right. Everybody busy
Right.
learning boots on the ground when they need to pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah. I be seeing people share the craziest stuff, and I'd be like, wow, they not even sharing this over here. You see how what did you tell me was supposed to happen today?
Oh, the
Reza,
rapture.
the
The
rapture was
rapture.
supposed
He
to
wants to
happen
come before
today.
us.
It was so many daggone videos out there, but nobody was speaking on what's about to happen to our community, to our trans community, especially what they're trying to do. And I think the trans community make up what 2% of the country. Am I think I read that somewhere.
Well,
2%.
how did they know the rapture was happening today?
Everybody exactly. we
It was.
we 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 put our attention on things that it's all what do you call it, like you call it propaganda, but it's all to distract us from what's really going on so they can go ahead and slide what they trying to do past us and think we don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yep.
just like, I wish people would just really check into what's going on and not wait till the last minute to get involved. I really feel that way. Like some of the things we need to be worried about.
That's going to segue into my
Yeah,
question.
what's your question?
I didn't mean to cut you
Nah, you
off, Smack,
good?
but while you were saying that, you said something earlier. You said something earlier about healthcare in Delaware
Mm-hmm.
for trans people. Can you elaborate on that just a little bit?
Just talk about the gender affirming care. We did get our governor to sign an executive order to protect those who are, using gender affirming care, to protect them and that they can still get it. But we've had several, I think it was Nemours that was helping. Nemours was helping people, with the gender affirming care. And now they just, shut down. They're not helping anymore. And then you had Planned Parenthood that was also doing gender affirming care, and they're no
Mm-hmm.
longer doing that. So I'd rather see people go to
Wow.
an actual physician than getting stuff off of the black market. I mean, that's my whole thing. Right now in the state of
Been there, done
Delaware,
that.
you really got to search for a doctor who can prescribe you, what you need instead of the main places that people were going. We don't have those because the federal funds were pulled. Um,
Wow.
and if they didn't stop it, their federal funds would be pulled. And some of those companies I mentioned rely on those federal funds to even exist.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be hearing some things in
Wow.
the news soon. I really can't speak on it for the state of Delaware. You'll be hearing some things in
Mm-hmm.
the news soon. People who used to hold positions are now walking away from those positions. And
Wow.
Dre, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm talking like
Yeah.
executive positions. People are resigning,
Wow.
and it could be out in
Because
the news soon.
Is the things that they don't agree with the things that they're going to be forced to do in those positions now. So a lot of the people are resigning from the positions because they don't agree with what their new job is going to entail under Trump's
Goes
administration.
against what they feel, right? I agree.
Absolutely.
You know, and then at the end of the day, you know, people have businesses. You know, that's the one thing we keep hearing a lot of in rooms that I'm in. When I'm off work, I'm you know, I belong to a couple organizations, and those are the things that we hear is all the time. They always trying to use this narrative, you know, it is a business, but your business also got to have morals. I understand that it's a
Right.
business, but you got to have some morals. Like it was
Hmm.
cool when you was getting the funding to help us, but now because you may lose the funding, you want to act like you don't know us. Come on, man.
And that's why I'm talking about the genuine allies. Like, be genuine. If you're gonna be there, be there.
Hmm. We got to start tapping into
Wow.
some of these grassroots out here.
Actually, what the problem is, we need to start. And here's where you say being a brother or sister.
Hmm.
This is where
Hmm.
the funding should go to uh, people within the community that take care of our community.
Yeah.
We support them. The money
Hmm.
goes to them.
Not shutting down our nonprofits to come work under your big nonprofit.
Community,
Come on.
community grants.
Hmm.
We come together, build a grant,
Yeah.
or some type of funding. This is where you come together and you do things like that.
Boom.
Government can't
Kaboom.
shut down our personal donations to one another, anything that we open for each other.
Hmm.
Can't do nothing with it. But I don't know. I think this was a great show. What did y'all think? I think it was definitely um eye opening.
Uh,
I didn't
I
think it was
think
gonna be this intense, though.
I think it's something that we all took kind of lightly, and as we got into it, it was much more complex than it initially sounded. I
Tim
enjoyed
always
it.
after every
yeah.
show, Tim always say that this was
Open up all
much
my
I,
more
nuts.
than what I thought it was going to be.
one thing I love about our panel is that we all have a lot of passion. But at the end of the day, you know, we respect
Hmm.
one another, but the passion is there. And that's what I like to see, the passion come out. We don't always agree, and our panel was strategically
No.
picked by Queen. And I just love how sometimes things that people say and their opinion, I never looked at it that way. So it helps me out a lot, especially when I'm advocating and stepping into rooms. It helps me with the narrative of what I'm trying to say to, you know, whether it's a politician or a stakeholder or somebody who's making decisions. So I appreciate that.
All right, are y'all ready to end this show?
Thank you,
Anybody got any final
Snap.
word?
Yeah, I got company.
Oh Lord.
You just let the whole world know. I
Okay,
got company
Tim.
too. Every day, every
Wow.
night.
See,
You got
so
company.
see,
What y'all
that's every
doing?
day for you. This is new for me.
Is it a Netflix and chill type of night?
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Is it a Netflix and chill type of night?
Huh?
Oh
Who
Lord.
was
I
that
don't
question
even want to
for?
know.
Oh yeah, that come on, don't put them on.
That was for Tim. Is it a Netflix and chill type of night?
Huh?
Is it a Netflix and chill type of night?
He's not
Yeah,
answering.
of course. Yes,
They're gonna have deep
absolutely.
Okay.
conversations in
Did
black.
you cook?
Deep to conversations
Did you
in
cook?
black is going down. Okay. What's up, Zay? I said seen Zay walk by. What's that, Zay?
Hey,
Zay,
Zay.
where you
And
been at?
Kansas,
Where's
Okay.
Zay?
But you don't love us no more?
Huh?
You don't love us no more?
Yeah, school just be having me tired.
Oh, okay. I feel you. I feel
Nah,
you.
Zay
I
said
feel
he
you.
over
that's a
us.
good reason. That's a good reason.
Okay. So look, I want to
Say,
thank. Yeah, nah, we miss you, Zaydo. I just want to say that if y'all are
yeah.
not following us, make sure you follow us on our panel, especially Dre. I don't know if you saw my comment on your thing. I wanted you to open it up so I could share it.
I did. I opened it.
All
He
right, I
did.
appreciate that. I'm going to be sharing the heck out of that because that's very important, especially in the times that we're in. Those of us from the community who still believe in the creator and creator of all things, having somewhere to go is very important. I would love to share that out and also email that out to people in a coalition that I belong to. So I appreciate you. Um, for those of you excuse me, that are watching, please share this 3 times. Please tag a friend. This show tonight was packed with a lot of good information coming from, yeah, every letter of the alphabet here except for the A, right?
We never had an A on here.
Yeah, we got to get an A on here so we can
What
hear their
is
perspective. But every letter of the alphabet, I mean, not of the alphabet, excuse me, of our community. And if people say we missed something, my other half is intersex and I'm lesbian, so we didn't miss nothing. I'm on one side as they split it up today, and she's on the other, but we make it work and we make it work well. And we also had the B on here, the T on here, the G on here. So we
And
hit her
trans attracted.
and trans attracted
Yeah,
on
look
here
at
as
that.
well. So yeah, you all of our perspectives all into one. All I ask is that you share this out because I believe that knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. It's the only thing that the man can't take from you is knowledge. And I really feel that if we as a community are more educated on our community, and we got to start within our community needs to be educated. I started getting educated about 8 years ago. There was a lot that I didn't know about my community, and big shout out to my other half educating me on it, giving me things to read and getting around other people. So I appreciate it. But we go, the queen always got a last word. I will never get the last word. I still don't, y'all. But she got the last word, and we're gonna close out.
One thing I gotta say before we close out, which I love the topic, but it's kind of ridiculous in the same vein. Just to let the audience know that you really can't separate the LGB from the QTI
Right.
because trans and intersex people can be LGB.
That is true. That
That's
is
true.
true.
That's true.
Oh,
That is
oh,
so
that is
true.
so true.
Boom. Why you didn't say that? Pierce, why you didn't give us that would have
But
opened up a
but
Oh,
whole
Pierce,
new
what?
type of
Look, you
Pierce,
got
that would
people
open a
like,
whole new
what?
thing.
Pierce, why you wait to the end of the show to say that?
Yeah.
Because
Right,
that'll
y'all.
be a long
Right. So that would
conversation.
have opened us way up.
You
And
should
I'm
have
gonna
lit
be,
that up
I ain't
during the show.
That's crazy.
right, though, right? That's a whole nother show. That probably gonna take like 3 hours to
Yeah.
explain.
She
Because
she
people really
always
want to
something
know
up her
about that.
sleeve.
You
Yeah.
know she does. It's and so I just want to say to those, as I said at the beginning of the show, if you would love to be a guest panel, or if you would like to join our panel, please email or get in the inbox of the Queen, or I am me, or Tim, or Dre, or Kalani, myself, or Stan, or Donna, and let us know. We would definitely be doing interviews. I think that would be Dre and the Queen be doing the interviews to make sure that you guys, you will be considered. Because I'm gonna tell y'all right
Right.
now, it's not easy being up here when you're with such passionate people. Trust me. And sometimes y'all get to witness the passion.
This ain't for the
This ain't
weak.
for the weak, trust me. And you are gonna learn something.
This ain't for the weak.
And we stand firm and 10 toes down. But we want to thank y'all so much. Okay. But we are looking for guest panelists, guest hosts. and also panelists to add to our show.
And board members.
Oh yes, and board members. Okay,
What
thank you,
happened with
Dre.
that? What happened with
It's
that?
it's
We're,
moving. We don't talk about that business out in the open.
right.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm gonna
talk
go
about
ahead and
business.
conclude the show. We can talk about that behind scenes. All right. Good night.